Harald Sigurdsson, underrated or overrated? Ah! What is up, guys? Welcome back here to another Rise of Kingdoms content. And before we get started, I want to introduce myself. My name is Shinchi42, and if you're new, you haven't subscribed yet, don't forget to do so. And if you like this video, don't forget to smash that thumbs up. We also have a surprise for you. I actually started a new project. So if you want to support my new project, please check this channel out. And we have new videos in this channel as well. Brand new, just started like this week. There's going to be a link in the description as well. If you guys would like to go to this channel, support it, subscribe, and watch some of our videos, this is going to be more of an informational-based video. So if you guys are interested in getting more of these information-based, we would definitely love to have you here in this new channel. So guys, today, we're going to talk about Harald Sigurdsson. Is this commander, I want to ask you guys right here, right now, with the title that we have and the intro that we have, is Harald underrated or is he overrated? A lot of people are using Harald of Sigurdsson. I've seen this in rallies with the Pakal rally. I've seen this in the open field. Either it's going to be a Guan Harald. I think we've seen Martel and Harald. Was there an Alex as well? What other combinations can you do with a Harald? Right? You can do the Zun 2 as well if you're running out with epics. Right? So there's many combinations that you can do with this infantry commander. But the question is Harald overrated or he is actually underrated commander? So if I'm going to make a statement in here, I feel like Harald is an underrated commander. I don't think he is overrated because I think Harald is really good commander here in Rise of Kingdoms. Honestly, I think I made a video about it recently. In the previous video, I did say that Harald is one of those commanders that I absolutely hate because of his ability to really tank in the open field. As an archer player, infantry should just melt easily, but Harald is one of those commanders that, man, it gives you some pain in the booty. Harald is just one tough cookie. I mean, challenging. He's a Viking, right? He's a Viking. Yep, he's the last Viking. King of Norway, was the strategist and conqueror. So Harald Sigurdsson, this is a great commander. Recently, a lot of players have been using the Pakal and Harald combination. That kind of rally we have seen, it actually did a decent performance. All right, so we've seen some rallies before. As you guys can see, this is a Pakal and Harald rally. It actually did a wonderful job against the Zenobia and Yisensin. But again, this is a long battle, a lot of like reinforcement, and really at the end of the day, who has to be able to reinforce a lot more to really succeed. But the combination is pure. The Harald, the Pakal, those two synergy worked pretty well in the previous KVK. So another thing that people do is like doing a Guan and Harald, you know, having Guan Yu in the primary because of that active skill damage, right? Huge active skill damage with Guan Yu. Right, let's take a look and review Guan Yu a little bit in here. Huge active skill damage as a primary commander, so you don't want it to be a secondary commander. And you also get a huge silence for all the targets. So Guan Yu is a really good pair with this one as well. Makes Guan Yu much more tankier when you are pairing this up with Harald. Now, if Harald is to rally a city, to attack a city, it has an infantry attack bonus. And it also have a 30% damage reduction. Alright, so taken, it has a 10% chance to reduce the damage by 30%. And this damage reduction can trigger at once every 5 seconds. So it has intervals in there. Now, infantry units led by this commander will gain 30% and 10% marching speed bonus. Alright, so This is a passive skill. It's huge, 30% infantry attack bonus. This works, with everything that is in an attack scenario. So infantry attack increase as well per stack. So this is where when this commander uses their active skill, all right, all infantry units under their command gain 1% more attack, but loses 5% defense. All right. So in the attack, it also is going to amplify the counter attack. So that's also part of a defensive mechanism of Harald and Sigurdsson. So with having that combination is to where like you can gain a lot more rage from this. Having that skill tree, getting that rejuvenate, feral nature, right? Getting this skill tree right here, feral nature, rejuvenate. You're gonna definitely have a lot more ability to cast a skill, and by then, right, by casting active skill, right, you are then gaining this stack. Now this is going to be 5%. Keep that in mind. 5% is huge. And the big part about it is that this effect can last for 8 seconds. I think that's one of the longest turn in some of the skills that we've seen. You know what's nice about this is this skill in here. When troops led by this commander are on the map and use their normal attack, okay, so when you're battling, you're definitely getting that normal attack. This commander has 20% at max level chance to cast their active skill and grant their troops immunity to all defense reduction for 3 seconds. So whenever this triggers, I have a Ramses, right? This is one of the things that I said why it's very difficult, because then my Ramses has a defense reduction, right? So let's take a look into Ramses, right? Ramses right here, I have a defense reduction by 30%. So that just pretty much, what does it do? It just blocks the hell out of Ramses right there. It did a Dikembe Motombo on it. Now, this skill can trigger once every 5 seconds. Now, when this active skill casts, right, what happens with that? With the probability, right? Increasing the probability to cast the active skill. And what is that going to do? It is going to affect this skill also. Isn't that amazing? It's crazy. All these things that is on the Herald's skill, it's a build-up for this new skill, for the expertise skill. Because the counter attack is also increased when you increase the attack. What I want to say in there is that normal attack is going to be a different statement when it comes to just attack, okay? Normal attack is going to be a different approach. The attack, whenever anything's boosting attacks, for what I remember from talking to the support system, is that it's supposed to boost every single thing, all right? So counterattack damage dealt on the map increased by 20%, all right? Huge buff, right? Huge, insane. If surrounded, counterattack damage dealt will be further increased. Damage bonus equals damage surrounding by 2%, right? Upper limit of 10 surrounding enemies. Okay, at least it has a cap on it. So one of the things that I want to say, there's players that probably don't even think about Harald. Probably they're only looking into like, oh, I want to get Zenobia. I want to get Guan Yu. I want to get Alex. Because Guan Yu is one of those like very, very well-known commanders now in Rise of Kingdoms. And Harald is not getting a lot of attention sometimes, in my opinion. All right, so especially this is going to be for the new players. They won't really know who Harald is, and they might not have an idea. For the older players, probably have an idea since we've seen the reports already. So I really think Harald is not an overrated commander. I think Harald is an underrated commander. He is definitely not valued enough, but I think he deserves the credit to be valued at a highest rating for infantry because of his ability to really tank in the field and deals havoc when it's getting swarmed. Basically, it really takes a lot of damages from a lot of players when they're attacking Harald. Is one of those commanders that you might want to try to avoid if you see a Harald in the open field. Harald is a menacing commander, menacing infantry. I mean, infantry can already tank, right? Just the unit itself is very tanky. But then you put Harald in there, that tankiness, and you get the counterattack damage. Oh my goodness, I'm telling you, you're going to suffer quite a bit, which I have did and faced, especially if you see a whale who is running with the Harald in there, and whoever the primary is, and when they have all that legendary gear maxed out and crit and everything, boy, I'm telling you, you run away, right? Go find Squid Games and play that game. You have a better chance doing green light, red light than facing Harald Sigurdsson. Is that true, though? I don't know. I don't know if it's a true thing. No, I don't know if you can really survive red light, green light. I don't know. Who would survive? I don't know. You might not be. Can you take a challenge for that one? I don't know. But this is a commander that I think majority of infantry players should have. If you're looking for the late stages of the game, you definitely want to have Harald Underrated. There's many commanders in here in Rise of Kingdoms. There are commanders that you might not really need, right? Some of those things that we took in because there were no commanders. But when you kind of see the path of what commanders that you want to get, this is one of them. There are some commanders that you can actually skip out. With that being said, rockers, Harald Zergerson, very underrated commander in Rise of Kingdoms. I will see you guys again next time. Thank you guys for watching.